Welcome, comic lovers. Garvin, the Old Comic Guy, coming at you with another comic haul. This is from my local comic shop, Monster. It includes a little of their Facebook show, and then when I was in, just something I picked up off the wall. So we'll share it, and then the freebie I got. So that's pretty awesome. All right, let's get right into it. So I'm going to start with the Facebook show. Just some stuff he put up there, and of course, it's my jam. So Freedom Fighters #1, awesome, awesome cover. Just one of my favorite. This is after they had appeared in the Justice League. So they appear in the Justice League. Len Wein is the one who starts using the quality characters after they had been purchased by DC about 17 years earlier. It was weird, so it took a while. And then, of course, this came out a few years after or a year after the appearance in the Justice League, or later that year, I guess. So, and that's a VG, is what he had it as. I also picked up this Infinity Inc. #17. This is with Helix. It is also, of course, Todd McFarlane, which he's definitely popular now. Again, I don't know. He started Spawn and did, everything with Marvel before that, and then it kind of was like he was gone. He was still producing, he was still doing what he does, but like people didn't really seem to care. But now, for whatever reason, Todd's become popular again, probably because that 90s stuff is coming back. But so that makes these pricier than they used to be, right? And this is some of his early work. Here's another one. This is #22 with Rick Tyler's Our Man costume and Dr. Beth Chappell's Dr. Midnight costume. So pretty cool. And then while I was in the store, so that's what I won on the show, and then, or I bid on the show and got. And then in the store, I picked up the All New Invaders 1, and these are the James Robinson, Stephen Pugh 2, and then #3. Awesome Old Invaders. I did pick this. He asked if I was interested in it, and it really isn't my Infinity Inc., but I thought I'd give it a try. I didn't read this series. I'm familiar with it. It's part of Lex Luthor's Everyman Project. I got some of that. I do know that Steele's sister was in it. So I do know that, but I'm not a huge, that wasn't a series that I followed. But I'm willing to give it a go. So he had put it aside. He, of course, saw that it was Infinity Inc., and so he put it aside. And then when he realized it wasn't, he didn't think I'd want it, but he thought, well, he'd ask. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And then off the wall, he's got booths set up, and one of the booths is the Clueless Collector with Stuck Duck, and on the wall they had, and the way he does it is you rent the booth, so you have a wall behind it and then the booth in front, and he has a few of these throughout the store. I think they're all full now. There was a point where there was a couple of empties, but they've recently been filled, so you can find toys there. They do have comic novelty type stuff where somebody has taken comic pages and turned them into everything from shoes to boxes to all sorts of stuff. Pretty cool. Anyway, this booth had Invaders #27. 9.4 slabbed I don't have as many invaders as I do the All-Star Squadron. They're a little bit older. They had a lower print run than the All-Star Squadron did, but it is Roy Thomas, and I do enjoy me some Roy Thomas. This art is Frank Robinson. Well, it's Frank's. Frank Robinson and no, Robbins, not Robinson, James Robinson. Frank Robbins, and then Springer. Of course, the story is Roy Thomas. The cover is Gil Kane. If you didn't know, that's Gil Kane. Get that weird glare going. Man, these are so reflective. Gil Kane. Klaus Jensen is the colorist on this one. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I picked this up and thought, all right, why not? So that's pretty good. And then, of course, I hit 20. So basically, when you spend more than $25, they initial on a card. So whoever you're checking out with, they'll initial on a card. When you fill the card, 10 visits where you spend more than $25, and you can't just go, well, I'm going to buy $25, and do it all in one day. It's one per day, because they do put the date on it. And when you do that, you get a drawing from a box. I regularly do that. Not regularly. I don't think I'm in there and spend less than $25. I mean, comics have gotten pricey, right? So it's pretty easy to hit $25. That's almost 5 books nowadays. Or a big book, right? So anyway, you get to draw from a box. The books are rated at, what is the trigger point? Like, I don't know, $10 or more. So you're getting a free $10 or more retail value book. And I pulled and I got this Shield. This is a variant cover. It's near mint. I actually don't know what issue number this is. Usually, of course, I didn't open it yet. I would have put it on the back of the board on a lot of variants. I put on the back. And I also put, he puts the grading there, and I've started to do that because I just think it's a wonderful idea. This is number 1. It's a second print variant with a really awesome wraparound cover. Let's see if I can do that cover. If I can hold it in a way that will allow it to, oh wow. And that is the same, okay, so I've not read this Shield. So yeah, so it's a wraparound cover, so all the way around, pretty cool. And that is actually one of the, let's see if I can do this, full page spreads inside the book. So pretty cool. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it. It is the one that was Jonathan Hickman and Dustin Weaver. Were a writer and artist. So yeah, I don't know what this is actually about. I haven't read them, but I will, and then we'll kind of go from there. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but for free, can't complain. It is a second print variant. They probably took that page from the inside and made that the wraparound cover, which is a great idea. The guy at the shop, the owner, does this where he puts, and I've started to do this on my books. He puts, I don't know if you can see that. So that's the grade. He grades them. That's what he feels the grade is. So he'll grade it as a near mint. And I will say that his grades are pretty spot on. So that's always nice. I agree with 99% of them. Some things usually if I don't agree, I would go a little bit lower just because I feel more comfortable grading it a little bit lower. And I don't necessarily grade my books. I tend to just put them away. But I do sometimes. It's all fun. I do say that I wouldn't grade. I don't consider myself a professional grader, and I wouldn't grade without a book. So I use the Overstreet's grading guide, and I basically will look through, and I do that with everything I grade. So yeah, not necessarily the best way to grade. I'm curious, how many people grade their books? Like, grade their own books? Like, I know if you're selling them, it's a great idea. You should grade your books. Otherwise, you're gonna, you need to create a trust between a seller and buyer. There has to be some form of trust, because that's a contract that's happening. And whether we really think about it that way or not, that is what is happening. So there has to be a level of trust, right? You have to be like, they're going to give you an honest grade. So if you're selling, I assume that you are grading your books. Even if you don't grade as specifically as the 10-point scale, and you just say low, mid, high, right? Like, you do some form of grading. And I tend to be more of that low, mid, high idea for my own personal books. But I don't grade them because I don't plan on selling them. Leave that for the kids to do when I'm gone, right? Anyway, just some thoughts. I'm curious what your guys' take are on that. So leave a comment and let me know. Do you grade your personal collection? Or is it just, oh, I want, and here I have, and how cool is that? And that sort of stuff. Let me know in the comments below. All right, you guys, take care of each other. Have a good day.